Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today is actually my birthday and I'm going to be working through it. But that's how it goes when you are a small business owner and you're the only employee. But at the end of the day, I am so grateful to have a business like this and to have work to do. It's an awesome, awesome feeling. So for today, I have to make some sugar scrub. I have to label some product, and hopefully in the next couple of days, I'll be able to make some soap because I need some more restocked. It is also the beginning of the month, so I have to ship out the soap of the month soaps that I made over a month ago to my soap of the month members and the golden bubble tier. I have yet to release my website. It's currently offline right now. I'm a couple of days behind, but I'm okay with it. I'm doing my best. I am getting better at it. It will be a few months, I think, of adjustment before I'm able to run this the way that I really want to, which is to be releasing things on time and to be as caught up as I need to be. But before I get to all of that, I have a package I want to unbox with you guys. Look, Apothecary has sent some cool ingredients. Never throw out this stuff. This is so useful for shipping. First thing I want to show you is some tapioca starch. I work with a lot of different starches, especially for my bath bombs. I've never used tapioca starch before, so this is exciting. They have some activated charcoal powder. I use activated charcoal a lot in my products, and I really like working with it because it's really, really fine. It gets into the pores of your skin, and it's able to really draw out any impurities, any dirt. This is an awesome ingredient to have. They also sent this granular activated charcoal powder. And I don't know if you can tell, but this is a lot grainier than the activated charcoal that I just showed you. It's like little rocks. And these are made from coconut shells, whereas this is from wood. We also have Jamaican black castor oil. We also have a bunch of fragrance oils from their new fragrance oil line. So amongst their new line of fragrance oils, they have dupes for really popular perfumes. This is their version of Find Comfort perfume. Oh, that's lovely. There's a little bit of floral in there, but it's light. It's very fresh. This is a very youthful perfume type and really nice for spring. Their version of Missing a Person, interesting name for a fragrance, for a perfume. Oh, that's nice too. Again, light, floral, airy, fresh. These are the kinds of perfumes that I like to wear myself. I don't really like anything too heavy, nothing too musky. I'm more of a fresh perfume type person. Their version of Cloud Pink. Oh, this is so pretty. Someone on my Patreon asked me if I knew of a dupe, a fragrance oil dupe for this perfume that they really liked. And just out of curiosity, I looked up that perfume on Bulk Apothecary's website, and they actually had a dupe for it. So if you have a favorite fragrance, or sorry, a favorite perfume that you wish you could soap with or put into your products, I would definitely look at the fragrance oils on Bulk Apothecary's website because they have a huge variety. I think out of these three, I really liked Cloud Pink the best. Very feminine, very springtime. But if you're not a big perfume fan, they also have a lot of fragrance oils on their new fragrance oil line that are very familiar and are huge sellers already. Like, for example, French lavender. I made a French lavender soap in a past video. This is a really excellent French lavender. I'm very picky about my French lavenders. Some of them are strange to me that I just don't like them. They're not fresh enough for me. They don't have the greenness of an actual sprig of lavender. There's something fake about them that I just don't like. This is an excellent French lavender. And I was on the lookout for a new French lavender because the French lavender that I love and I actually use in my products a lot is a French lavender that I bought from New Directions Aromatics that they no longer sell. So I have been looking for a replacement, and I think I found it. And the awesome thing about Bulk Apothecary is that they sell their fragrance oils in pretty large bulk. So if you find a fragrance oil that you love and works well in your products and sells well, then you have a source where you can get a huge amount of it and get those cogs for your product down. Another really popular scent that's familiar to a lot of people, rosemary lemon. This is a very popular combination of essential oils. Oh, and this is so refreshing, so lovely. I think anything with lemon and rosemary always turns out to be so lovely and very calming and soothing to smell. But the two of them together, I've never tried that, but this combination is heavenly. Really, really love that. And something that I'm noticing about their labels, I really love how they categorize their fragrance oils. Like for example, their French lavender is a floral, and this rosemary lemon is a spring and summer scent. And it can really take the thinking away from having to pick a fragrance oil for a seasonal line that you're trying to create. These fragrance oils are categorized in a way that makes it super easy for you to select that particular fragrance. So here's another spring and summer scent that's new. This is their watercolors scent. The scent note for this fragrance oil intrigued me so much. Oh, it's lovely. There's a sweetness in there, but it's not too sweet. You definitely get some fruit, and there's a freshness in there as well. And I think this is going to be really good for my June line of products. And I have an exact idea what I want to do with that, so I'm very excited. This next fragrance oil is Vanilla Cone, and this is a bakery scent. I've been on the hunt for a vanilla as well. So let's see if this one is a good one. Oh, this is definitely a vanilla, but it's sugary, very, very sweet. Absolutely does smell like a pastry. I don't know if I love it. So I'm kind of disappointed in this one, but I should have expected something like that because it is part of their bakery scents. Yeah, so if you're looking for some sort of cake smell, like icing, a filling for a donut or something, this is a good scent. It's not really vanilla ice cream. It's way too heavy to be vanilla ice cream in my opinion. So this one was a miss for me. This one is Over the Rainbow, and it's a fruity scent. Ooh, this smells like candy. It smells like something that I'm very familiar with, but I don't know exactly what that scent is. Like a handful of gummy bears. I don't love this one. It's not great. I'm not a fan of this Over the Rainbow one. That's too bad. The scent note was intriguing, but nope, I didn't like that at all. And this last scent is categorized as sophisticated. This is their Gold and Cashmere fragrance. Oh, this is amazing. I'm glad I ended the fragrance oil sniffing on this one because an absolute winner. It is sophisticated, but it's also youthful at the same time. I need that freshness in there for me. I know that with fragrance oils, it can be so subjective. What's good can differ from person to person, but I like this one a lot. This is a keeper. And the last thing I want to show you is a very special ingredient. You might have heard of something called retinol, which is used a lot in skincare products. The reason why retinol is used in a lot of products is because it is able to exfoliate skin in a way that really gets deep into the layers of your skin so that you can really reduce fine lines. You can really bring out more youthful skin. It helps with cell turnover. This ingredient is a more natural version of retinol, and it is bakuchiol oil. The stuff is pretty pricey though. This is a really small amount. But when it comes to these types of ingredients, you don't need a lot of it in your product in order for it to be effective. And when it comes to face products, you're not using a ton of it. So you can really size down on the product that you use these on, and it should last your customer a long, long time. Products that I would use bakuchiol oil in would be any face type of product, obviously, a face oil, a face lotion. There have been a lot of studies on this oil that does show that it has great exfoliating properties. So I'm really excited to formulate with this guy and create some really great, more natural leaning face care products. Everything was packaged well, but we did have some casualties. The cap on this guy broke, which is sad. I'm gonna have to find a way to cap this. This cap kind of works. I just have to assemble this separately. It's unfortunate. There are also these floral waters. One is jasmine and one is rosemary. And I'm really excited to show you what you could do with the rosemary water and also the jasmine floral water. They can be pretty powerful ingredients to use in your formulations. So for my sugar scrub that I'm going to be making today, I'm going to use this Cloud Pink fragrance oil because I absolutely love it. I think for this fragrance oil, I wanted something spring and light, and I think this is going to be perfect for that. Hello guys, it's actually a couple of days later because I decided on my birthday that was as much of work as I wanted to do that day, so I stopped and we are back. So we're going to be making that scrub that I was talking about. This is my sugar scrub base, and you can tell that it is a very bright pink, and that's because I used some sunflower oil that has been infused with alkanet root powder, and this is the same stuff that turned my soap a grayish purple color. And it actually can turn soap a more purple color, but there needs to be some tweaking on my end involved. But if it's not saponified, this is what you'll get in the oil. I mean, this is what that oil looks like in my sugar scrub base, but in the oil itself, it's very red. It changes color depending on the pH of the product. The first thing I'm going to do with this is to take it out and put it into my mixing bowl so that I can whip it up for my sugar scrub. I'm going to be making a sugar scrub scented in that cloud pink bulk apothecary version of that fragrance, that perfume, that popular perfume. When you're starting to make bigger and bigger batches of things like this base, you can make a lot of. Just a big bin of it. Store it somewhere dark, dry, preferably cool, and it should last you at least a year. And that way you're not constantly having to make the base. And the reason why I don't do that is I don't have very many storage solutions available to me right now, although Kayla and I are working on it. We have looked at the space, and while I do love working in it, it is a little tight, but we have kind of brainstormed ideas that we can do. And one of them that we're thinking about seriously doing is converting the garage into more studio space. So tearing down that wall, reclaiming that garage space, finishing it, insulating it so that I have another couple hundred square feet to use as my studio. The way the garage is right now, because it's so small, we don't use it as an actual garage, so losing it won't be a big deal. And Kayla and I can always build a garage on our property somewhere since we do have 2+ acres to work with. So those are in the works, just in very early planning stages right now. I have to get some quotes from contractors. I have to find those contractors. A couple of contractors that we have hired and has done work on our home, they've been fantastic. Our experience with the few renos that we've already done in this house have been so nice, and it's kind of emboldened us to keep going. So we're going to do that. And of course, I'm going to share the whole thing with you guys, especially if that home renovation, that home upgrade is because of my work, my soap making, my business. I am loving the shade that the Alkanet root powder has given my sugar scrub base. I think it looks so pretty and so soft. After some whipping, this is the consistency of the base. And I can't believe that you can get this kind of consistency in a sugar scrub that does not have any whipped soap in it. And also this color, I don't know if it's translating on camera properly, but it is the most beautiful light bubblegum pink, which is the perfect color for cloud pink. And I'm so satisfied with that. I don't know if I want to add anything else to mess with this because I really do love this color. Now we're going to add some clay. This is just a regular white kaolin clay. We're going to add some pink kaolin clay to enhance some of that pink. Not too much though, or else it'll turn into a brick pink, which I don't love. So just this littlest bit of that. Some beetroot, just naturally this gorgeous shade of pinky red, and some pink cornflower petals. Next, we're going to add our fragrance oil. This is Bulk Apothecary's version of Cloud Pink. So here is the final consistency. How amazing does that look? This is my hands down favorite sugar scrub formula. I no longer do the whipped soap sugar scrub because I want to use soap to cleanse my body, not exactly the sugar scrub. And because my skin is sensitive, I do prefer the sugar scrubs that don't have any sort of detergent in it, just to keep things really mild on my skin, especially if I'm scrubbing layers of my skin and exfoliating. I'd rather introduce more hydrating ingredients into that lower layer than cleansing ingredients, if that makes sense. But this turned out, I'm just obsessed with this formula so much. It's amazing. All right, now I'm gonna go ahead and jar these guys. Hey guys, I am back and I am trying to label my products so that I can take photos of them and put them on my website. Right now I am labeling my new lip balm flavors that I've created, and I will show you them in just a moment. Here is one of them. This is my blackberry hibiscus flavor. This new flavor, which I think is going to be really popular, lemon and lavender. These taste incredible. I'm excited to get these flavors on the website, and I have a few more flavors in mind, but I want to roll them out to coincide with the big bi-monthly releases that I've been doing. So these guys are going to be flavors that I'm releasing along with the beginning of the month release, which has been delayed now for a few days, and that's totally my fault. I've had birthday stuff going on, I've had other things going on, and just I could not get things ready and released as promptly as I would like. I'm absolutely going to be better at that for June, I think. But another thing that has kind of been delaying things is the looming vacation that's coming up as well. Kayla and I are preparing to have a vacation up to Canada so that I can go to my sister's wedding. I'm so excited about that because we're also going to be seeing my friends as well as my family. I don't think I'll be vlogging very much at all while I'm up there. So there has been a lot of prep going on that will help us be in a better position to be able to go on vacation, because as you guys know, it's just me. And if I go on vacation, no one does the work. So I've been doing a few things here and there to just solidify and fortify the business during my absence. In terms of getting product fulfilled, I obviously won't be able to do that while I'm away, so I'm just going to have a note, I think, on my website saying that I have stepped away for a period of time and that you can put in your order, but there will be a delay in fulfillment at around this time because of my vacation. I think most people are pretty accepting and understanding of that, so I'm not too worried. For those of you guys curious about how those sugar scrubs turned out after a couple of days, this is the final color of that sugar scrub that was made with alkanet root infused sunflower oil. It's this really pretty soft pink color, and I love that this is a color that you can get naturally. I also made some lilac sugar scrubs, and this is not a completely natural purple. I enhanced the purple a little bit with some mica, but it still turned out really, really pretty. For these labels, I like to use my laser labels. Right over here, I think it produces a really nice print. Here is the wild berry and orchid scent. Both of these are limited edition scents for the month of May, and I do want to do that more and more. Instead of just having one product that's unique for every month, I want to have the other types of products to have unique scents that are limited edition as well. But that's going to take some time to fully flesh out. Every month I hope to have more and more new stuff coming out, so it's not just the one soap that gets sold out really, really fast. I love the scent of lilac. It's such a beautiful spring scent. It was a no-brainer to have a lilac soap for the month of May. My lilac bush is in bloom right now, and I'm just loving it. Also new to the site are my May soaps. These lilac and violet soaps, which smell incredible. I love, 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 love how this soap turned out. I really thought that the cherry blossom soap was the most beautiful soap I've ever made, but I really, really love the colors that I used, the soap color palette of this particular soap. And for those curious about the French lavender soap, how that has continued to develop over time, it keeps translating as gray, but I promise you it is a very nice purple to my eye. So I'm gonna go ahead and wrap them up, label them, so that I can take pictures of what these soaps look like, not just bare like this, but also packaged in their soap packaging with their labels and everything. Hello, it is the next day and I have all of my May soap of the month soaps here because I have to send them out today. I'm leaving for my vacation tonight, so this has to be done. And I'm hoping that this guy can help me get these soaps and my other orders that I have on the board out the door faster. As you guys know, I own multiple thermal printers from Munbyn. They are so easy to use. They create fantastic, great quality labels. So when Munbyn reached out to me asking me if I wanted to try another printer, I said, of course. So this is their 403B Bluetooth printer. I currently have their 402B, so I'm not quite sure the difference between the two are. I really do like the 402B. That printer prints pretty good labels. So I'm gonna quickly unbox it for you guys. It comes with an accessories box. What I love about Munbyn products is that they always package things so nicely. The accessories box was basically all of the cables that you'll need. Here's the printer itself. Oh, so here's a printer. As you can see, it is pretty compact, so no matter how big or small your studio space is, you can pretty much ensure that one of these printers will fit somewhere in a corner and is able to be tucked away so it's not using up too much counter space. My experience with setting up Munbyn printers, they're always quick. There is a handy instruction manual in case you need more detailed instructions. And it comes with some starter labels, which is awesome. These are the standard 4x6 shipping label size that I like to use when I fulfill my orders. When you open up to the first page, there are some QR codes here that if you scan them, it will lead you to whatever set of instructions you need to set it up under whatever kind of setup that you want. So for example, there's connection modes via Bluetooth to certain phone models, like for example, an iPhone or an Android phone. It also interestingly has instructions on how to set this up on Mac OS systems and Windows. I think you can use it from your computer wirelessly because it shows you how to connect the printer to your computer through that cable, but it says to skip the step for a Bluetooth connection. That's exciting. That is a game changer. Okay, so I'm gonna try to do that. You know these twist tie things? I save every single one of them. You never know when you're gonna need to tie back something. And these are just so handy for that. Setting that aside. Oh look, I have another one of them. Awesome. They're good for attaching small things to other things so you don't lose them. And there are so many little parts to all of the equipment that I have here that these guys are a godsend because I just attach them via this to the main thing and I never lose it. Life hack. So this guy goes into here. I'm basically winging it. I'm not looking at the instructions, but if I run into some difficulties, then that's on me. This is the connection to power. Let me go ahead and plug it in. It's gonna plug into the back like so, like that. And once I plug it in, it'll probably do a beep boop. So let me have the camera on the printer. So it didn't do that because there's actually a power button here. I'm gonna switch that on. Ooh, we have a light. And we have this self-test that it just spat out. This is what I mean by my computer area is getting just a little bit crowded with my various Munbyn printers. I'm at the computer now. I just have to go to a link. So let me access that link. So it's currently downloading, or sorry, it's currently installing, running its scripts. Awesome. Took a minute or two. I'm gonna close that. I'm gonna move this to trash. So now that it's installed, I'm going to go to my Bluetooth preferences on my computer and choose my printer to connect. There it is right there in nearby devices. I'm gonna connect that and it is connected. That is incredible. With my computer being able to connect to it, that is a game changer because now I can have this be anywhere. So let's do a test print. We're gonna make sure that it actually is connected to my computer and I can actually use it. So to load this guy, I'm gonna bring you closer. This is another great thing about Munbyn. They make loading, unloading things so simple. You press this button and it pops up like so. Keep pulling until it stops. You don't have to struggle with it clamping down on your hand. Take your paper and adjust the width so that it's not squeezing it so that it's misshapen, but basically as wide as the label that you're using. Close the printer. I'm going to try from my phone using the Munbyn app, which I've already installed, and it has worked well with my other Bluetooth Munbyn printers. So I'm going to try to print this sticker here, and this is just a generic "Thank you for shopping small" sticker. They have so many templates on this app, so anything you need for your business, they probably have a template for it that you can even customize further if you wanted to. So I'm going to go ahead and use that template. I'm going to print it. I've selected this printer and connected it to the app. Perfect. Okay, I'm going to try to do that same thing, but from my computer. Okay, I'm going to disconnect this from my phone. That might be the reason why it's not connecting with my computer. Okay, that was it. So I can't have it connected to both devices at the same time. I definitely have to disconnect from one before I try to use it in the other. It worked! So this is what I printed from my computer wirelessly, and it's my logo and tagline. The print quality is pretty good. I say it's pretty crisp, actually. I really, really like that. And if you look over here, there's some thin lines that look very crisp as well. But now I want to try a few other labels just to make sure that everything is working as expected. So I have this gold label, and it's see-through actually, but it's the most beautiful, shiny, sparkly surface that I have been loving. And I want to print my logo on this so that I could put it on top of some jars. So I'm going to switch out the labels here. It's supposed to auto detect the size of the label, so there's not too much finickiness that you'll have to do when you're switching out labels. Just adjust these holders so that it is about the width of your label, and you don't want it to be squeezing it, just holding it in place should be fine. All right, I'm going to close this now. See, I don't know if that worked, but okay. I'm going to try printing. All right, let's see if it'll print it. See, it's not catching on there. Now I wonder, what worked last time was I fed a lot of the labels through, like there were multiple like this. So let's see if that works. All right, let's try that again. Okay, there we go. Awesome. So here is the print. It is a little off center. So I wonder if I just have to realign it, but apparently when you're feeding this guy, make sure that you are feeding multiple labels through so that it has some time to adjust. So let's try that one more time to make sure. Awesome, and yeah, that is much better. And I rearranged the paper a little bit more, and it definitely straightened it out. It's much more center. So what I like to do with these kinds of labels, they are so pretty, by the way. If you were to look them up at the link below that I have in the description box, they're not that expensive. I have these gorgeous 4-ounce versions of my lilac scrub that I'm going to give as a gift to my Golden Bubble members on Patreon, and to zhuzh the lid top a bit to customize it. I have lasered it, and that has looked really, really good. I plan on doing that again in the future, but until then, I'm going to take these labels here, and you got to be careful too, peeling the label away from the backing, because sometimes you'll take the paper with it, and it's really hard to come off. See how it's see-through? You can see my hand through the label. I'm just going to position this onto my sugar scrub. Like so. And just like that, you have a custom lid for your products. That looks so, so cool. One thing that I also really love about these Munbyn thermal printers is its ability to print things very quickly and multiple copies of that same thing very, very quickly. So I need actually another 7 of those gold labels, so I'm gonna quickly do that. That is so cool that you could do that from this tiny machine in your own home. And the way I was able to do that is when you're printing your design, just select how many copies you need and it'll spit it out. When you're printing shipping labels and you have multiple shipping labels that you need to print, I love that I can print a whole long roll of shipping labels all at once. That is a huge time saver, and I just love, 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 love these Munbyn machines. They make my whole shipping order fulfillment process a breeze. Is this machine worth it for your small business? 100,000%. If you are an e-commerce business and you're taking in orders online and you're shipping products to your customers, this is a must. You definitely should get one of these. It makes shipping so fast, and you have the ability to customize your packaging and your shipping materials very, very quickly and very, very easily. What I love about this particular model is the fact that I can use it without having to connect it physically to my computer. I love that it has these Bluetooth capabilities because I did not have any more space by my computer, so I'm very, very relieved. So now that it's set up, I'm going to continue fulfilling and packaging all of these soaps for my Soap of the Month tier, my Golden Bubble members on Patreon, and also the few orders that have come in as well. I'm down to one last bar of this. So if you're watching this and you're wanting to buy it and it's sold out, I'm so sorry. Next month, I have definitely made more, so that'll guarantee that it lasts a bit longer. But if you missed out on the full-size bar, I have this soap in various other forms too, which are probably going to still be available. I have a few sample bars, a few hand soaps available probably as well. But know that I'm getting better at this and will have more available the longer I keep doing this. Due to its compact size, I've chosen to place it here for now on top of my HP LaserJet printer. I might need to adjust this though, because I'm pretty sure the labels at the back might start to unfurl. So this might not be the best place for it, but I think it'll work for now. We'll see. Isn't this pot adorable, by the way? Goodwill find. I get asked this question a lot too, about whether or not we can use thermal printers for product labels. And the simple answer is yes, you can, but be aware that thermal labels are affected by heat. So that should affect your decision on what you place those thermal labels on. And also the longevity of that label is probably not going to last as long as, say, a label that you printed professionally or through a laser printer. So when it comes to packaging that I know it's going to be disposable, I like to use the thermal labels because I don't have to pay for the ink and it's quick and it's fast. So this label was printed using the 402B Munbyn label printer, which is, I think, the model below the one I showed you guys today. And that one, like I said, is great. I just don't like that you can't use it wirelessly with a Mac. To compare, this is a label that I printed using the 403, and it's pretty similar. Like, it's pretty identical in terms of print quality. Yeah, I'm looking at this and one does not look better than the other. When it comes to these labels that I printed for these Monstera soaps, I don't know if you can see it through the packaging. This is what I'm packaging in those bags. Yeah, I will use a thermal label and that's fine. But when it comes to a product that's gonna sit on somebody's shelf for a while, I probably wouldn't use a thermal label like on a lotion jar or something like that, or a candle. Not just because you're gonna keep the candle on a shelf for a long time, but also because of the heat of the candle will definitely affect the print of your label. So for these soaps, these little hand soaps, I like to use these grease-proof bags. And I like them because They absorb the oils. They look neat. They look clean. They're cost effective and they are see-through, so you can see the product inside slightly. They're not a perfect packaging solution. They're really stiff, so not the best, but they're good for now. I seal the soap in with an ingredient sticker on the back, and I print those ingredient labels on my laser printer because the font is really small, and if I were to try to print the same label on a thermal label, you wouldn't be able to read it. So that's one downside of a thermal printer. It is very versatile, but I wouldn't print everything on it, that's for sure. That's why I like having both. Look how beautiful this label is. It's like gold and shiny. And here is how that product looks. I think I like the silver look more than the gold, but both are really, really cool. Both look very nice. I did just want to see what it looked like to compare. But yeah, in terms of print quality, I think the 403B is similar, if not identical, to the 402. If you have a Windows computer, a PC, you can link the 402 to that type of a computer wirelessly, just not with a Mac. So if you're deciding between the two printers and you work out of a Windows computer, then you should really consider the 402 because it's a great printer. I really like it. And that is going to be today's video. It's actually midnight right now, and I'm going to be heading to the airport very soon. So I think I'm going to close out the video here. I'm not sure when I'm going to post this, but when I do, I really hope that you guys like it, and I hope that you guys like this soap. It's been a busy past couple of weeks, and I'm really looking forward to a vacation. Thank you so much for choosing my channel and my videos to hang out with me. I really hope that you join me in the next one. And until that next video, keep smiling and keep being awesome and keep making beautiful things like naturally colored grapefruit soap. Bye guys.